So what's the history of this building? Was it always a hotel or did it become a hotel?
It was built, and it was always an hotel. It was built in 1922-23 by a Swiss family for the Holy Year. That was in 1925. So it was built as an hotel. It was a 5-star hotel. Then declined a bit during the Second World War. It was occupied by the Nazis, then was occupied by the Americans, and then when it was a bit run down after all these years, my mother took over in 1964. She fell in love with the hotel. She started to refurbish it like a house. So she wanted to make each room different with her antiques she had at home. She was bringing all our stuff, so we didn't have so much antiques or furniture at home.
So she was just. So she decorated the hotel as if it was her second house. Yes. In a way. What about the? I know that there was a movie that was done for this hotel.
In the 60s, 70s, until the early 80s, all the artistic world was really living here, was visiting the hotel for many factors. I mean, there was in this street there were many galleries. One very famous gallery, which was Plinio de Marchis Gallery. There was the Attico. Federico Fellini used to live here, came here. He was living next to the hotel in Via Margutta.
Yes.
And he was used to have a drink at night in front of the fire with Giulietta Masina, the wife, and Bernard Weber was his assistant. And he decided to make, he fell in love as well with the Hotel Locarno, and he had the idea to do a movie about the hotel. So all the employees, my mother was acting as an actress.
Really?
Yes, as actress.
Were you an actress? Were you part of the movie?
No, I was too young.
Why not? Okay.
In the movie we're acting some famous actors and the staff.
Some part of the staff.
Yes, and the plot was that the artistic world, that the crowd that was living in at the hotel as guest or as bar guest refused the tourist from.
So it was more like a movie against the pollution of tourists, and yes, they just wanted to maintain the artistic world, obviously.
Yes, that's right. They wanted to preserve these.
Okay, and kicking them out.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So how did the Locarno preserve its identity of being the meeting point of artists? Is it thanks to you or is it thanks to the people, would you say?
It's thanks to the people. We help the people to meet also happening or performance here at the hotel. Like, for example, when we started refurbishment, we made a huge party, a performance by two artists from Berlin, Italians who live in Berlin, and so we decided to communicate. We were starting the refurbishment to say we will not change anything because it was a work on the memory. Its name is Crash, because we wanted to communicate when we refurbish, we do not change anything. I mean, the spirit and the walls have to remain the same.
Dancing may do this and that and help you take off lots of fat, but I'm no friend of dancing when it's hot. So if you are a dancer.
So this hotel has witnessed like a lot of extravagant situations with all these painters, artists, and producers living here. Which one would you say was the most most bizarre?
Yeah, there are plenty of stories. One, can I say, there was also one Japanese artist that disappeared. He left all the things, all the paintings. We had many paintings, Japanese, superb. He disappeared. My mother at a certain point went to the police, say he disappeared. I mean, everything, like a toothbrush, everything was left in the room, and he never show up. I don't know if it's in the Tiber or wherever. We hope that she didn't find anymore.
So this guy literally disappeared. You have no news.
Many things, painting, a suitcase, everything. The other one was a famous painter that is Tano Festa, and used to live here, used to drink a lot here, and he was sleeping, and all the other artists having party here. When he went to sleep, were calling him because he was very afraid about
ghosts,
and they were calling Tano
Making
at night,
noises.
making noises, like if in the room there was,
A ghost.
someone, and he was very a bit big,
man.
and he woke up a lot of nights, but it was a joke that was
Repeated every time.
They was destroying the door and coming down almost naked, very, very scared about it, and they were laughing, drinking here.
So they would mock this artist, and so he to rebel, he would get naked and go downstairs.
We were not here tonight, so I mean, many things happened during the night that we didn't know. I mean, it was not.
So who witnessed all of this? The porter
Yes, the porter. That was part of the.
was part of the cast.
Yes. More or
Okay.
less.